Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. So this is going to be our first attempt at doing the combat version of the best monthly money making methods for January. Now we've done this pretty much every month since November with the skilling methods, but based off the feedback from the last video, you guys said you want to see the combat version, so here we are to go through the combat version this time. Now, apart from skilling, combat does have a bit of a disclaimer because the first chunk of money making methods will be sort of put to one side because they are your highest tier level of PVM. Now, don't get me wrong, these are by far probably the best overall money makers in the game, but you do need to be very skilled at the combat side, you need to have the highest tier of gear, and if you're on your way to building up to that, that really needs to be, or if it wants to be your end goal, perfect, and we'll try and find you the money making methods or the skilling methods to give you the base to get to there in the long game. So with these videos, we try not just to end on just going kill Raziel for X amount of hours because everyone knows that would be one of the best methods to make money. We try and focus on other and obscure methods for lower level accounts, mid level accounts, and maybe high level accounts who want the best at PVM to focus and make some decent money per hour as well. So some of these high level stuff we will just skip and go by because I don't think they're valid for everyone, but they are still very, very good money. So to start with, like things like Telos, Raziel, Next Angel of Death, I will skip. However, Ripper Demons, maybe not the method mentioned in this guide. This is a multiple combat guide in the wilderness, using cannon, revolution and stuff. But if you did have Ripper Demons as a task and you're quite comfortable at doing Ripper Demons for a task, anytime you have them, make sure to take pouches and make binding contracts because they will bring a sizable amount of profit to your Slayer task. And going down again, other decent methods of high tier PVM profit. Rise of Restricted Barrows is always very good and probably always will be. And again, now you can do it in smaller teams as time has gone on. Hard mode Zook, Zamorgul and Vorkath, although again, Vorkath, I still think the drop table wasn't the best, but have a look at that. Kerapak in solo hard mode, Raksha as well, and the Archglacier hard mode streaking as well. ED1 is still there. ED1 is still very good. So going towards sort of starting to move into stuff we can do. Blood Reavers again, binding contract are still one of the best profits in the game. And Blood Reavers is one along with Ripper Demons, Calgarians, Water Fiends still pretty good as well, and Hellhounds as well. But 42 mil per hour just from killing Blood Reavers, and you can see not really like massive in terms of requirements. You can do it with base 70s, although 90s and like overloads and stuff is preferable. Very, very good way to make some money. And again, like if you can see some of the higher tier PVM methods, it still outclasses it. So 42 mil per hour is a massive chunk of money just for killing something like Blood Reavers. Araxi, a boss which has still been around the game for a couple of years now. It is getting on a little bit. It still pulls 41.5 mil per hour. And at some point soon for the main account, because I'm going to start moving into some pet hunting stuff, we are going to do a little Araxi video, which will be pretty nice at some point as well. Moss Golems for a Slayer task. Again, I do have a guide on it. I think I'm going to do another guide at some point as well, but this is very, very nice. 32.1 mil for these. Pretty good task. Now, the majority of the normal drops is seeds and just some like random bits, but you do get Grimoire pages roughly like once an hour, and you do have the ability as well to get the Cinder Gloves. I think the Cinder Gloves rate is, one every 4 hours, which has a massive chunk of the profit. But your other drops as well is still very, very nice and will still rack up over time. These are also fantastic Slayer XP and pretty decent charms as well, and definitely a task once you get the level you need to go and do. Water Fiend contracts, which I think is probably the most relevant one for everyone, apart from Hellhounds. Hellhounds are also very good. But 28.8 mil just for killing Water Fiends, and Water Fiends as well is something which are fantastic charms per hour as well. So they will give you quite a high bit of crimsons. If you want to go and train your account, admittedly you might need a few things sort of in the way of like Vampirism, a decent like familiar to heal as well. But in terms of that, 1,000 kill per hour, you're racking in 28 mil profit just from doing Water Fiends, which is very, very good. A very good way to train your range as well. So if you need range training, Water Fiends with binding contract are going to be the way to do it. Daxten Kings, a decent high level, is still 23.6 mil per hour. The ring prices have kind of recovered. I think they've got a better balance now as well. I think the Berserker ring at the minute is still one of the better drops, which it wasn't. Out of the 3 decent rings, it was the lowest. But Archer rings and Seers have come down and the Berserker ring has got up. But still, Daxten Kings will forever be one of the best moneymakers in the game. It's just so easy once you're in that fluid mode. But yeah, very good for Daxten Kings. Lava Strikes, roughly 19.5 mil per hour. Again, really, really good. Very dependent on the Seer prices though, and you need to make sure that you bank in the ashes or at least noted them. For Magic No Paper, with the price it is, it's still very good. Nightmares on a Slayer task is 18.7 mil, and this will mainly be down to the price of the Nightmare Gauntlets, which you're going to get roughly every 5 hours at 5 mil each. But if you see other decent drops as well, the Dragon Arrowheads, Dragon Dart Tips will be good. They will rack up over time, and it seems to drop a decent amount of coins per hour as well. But another cannibal task, another way to train your combat, although it is a little bit high in terms of quest requirements, but it's still a good profit. For a task as well, very, very decent. Killing Nex is 17.5 mil per hour. Again, Nex is very, very good and will always be. They did a fantastic way of sort of bringing value to Nex armors through the use of master work as well, which will always keep the price. The 17.4 mil, and especially like with Necromancy as well, Necromancy steamrolls Nex, so definitely give that a try. Rec Matriarch's going to do a video maybe this month, maybe next month to have a look at them. They seem to be very good profit. Each brother seems to be roughly about 17.3 mil, which is very, very good. And it just needs a bit of looking into. Well, apart from Raphis seems to be 8 mil. But these two seem to be decent profit per hour, and I think you just camp the one boss. And they're very nice looking pets, so once I finish the Dagannoth King log, that is probably what I'm going to move into, is the Dino log. Killing bulbous creatures, 16 mil. Killing Glaciers, just under 16 mil as well. Very good charms with Glaciers as well. And as well, you'll do the Armadale Battle Staff, which I still think is a decent chunk of profits. So that would be very good as well. High level Greg, 14 mil per hour. Calgarian Demons, if you're after a log, 14 mil per hour. But you will need to be making the binding contracts for that. Vine Crawlers at 13.3, you have high level Barrows or decentish Barrows, 12 mil profit per hour just doing Barrows. And don't get me wrong, for all these methods, if you're after doing something boss wise, Barrows is pretty good. Wyverns, the higher tier one, 11 mil profit per hour. Hellweir high level, 11.5. Very dependent on Lanterdimes is Hellweir, so if the Lanterdimes are up, it will make a lot more profit. Edemu's 10.9 mil, and that is with a very much crash price of the Bloodshard. If the Bloodshard ever does spike again, that will go up. Rune Dragons 10.7, high level Vindicta under 10 mil. Twin Furies at high level as well, very similar to Vindicta, 10 mil. Making Sacred Oil through the Shades of Morton, 9.5 mil profit per hour, very, very good there. Enemies with Melee 9.3, Court Beast 9.3. Again, you can AFK the Court Beast with Necromancy. There is a video about that on the channel. Unspeakable Horrors at 8.6. Abyssal Demons AFK with the magic combat style is 8.2 mil. Killing Legions with the goal of making the Ascension Crossbow is 8.6 mil. Killing Capsari is 8.8 mil. Killing Capsari is 8.1 mil. Very, very good AFK if you're looking for something to do during work or during downtime. It's utilize your playground's dungeon and do Capsaris. Krill is 7.7 mil, and that's for normal sort of stats, so nothing massive there, but that's pretty good for Krill still, because it will be AFK. Soul Gazers 7.6 mil, Aerith 7.4 mil, decent Slayer tasks to throw in. No one really sort of highlights Aerith, but they're very solid with their alkaballs, and a very solid addition just to your Slayer rotation as well. Frost Dragons have gone down quite hard, 6.2 mil, and Abyssal Demons with Melee and Death Note is 6.1. Kriara is under 6 mil, Icarian Mammoths 5.8 mil. And then we're starting to get to the sort of lower tier stuff as well. So Griffin Appliance at 88 Slayer is 5.4 mil. And again, this is the point of Slayer, is that the tasks might not be the absolute best, but in terms of like a rotation, Slayer is good. Slayer is really good. Krill to start off with just 90, Necromancy is 5 mil per hour. Might be something for the Bond account to go and have a try. Tormented Demons 4.9 mil, really good thing in your personal Slayer dungeon. Farming Jad, I believe that's through the Kiln, 4.4 mil per hour. It's pretty decent and good practice for your Zuck Cape as well. Muspert 4.2 mil and Gargoyles 4.3 mil. Gargoyles is a very solid task. And with Gargoyles, that's mainly going to come from just pure coins. And there is some other bits. Maybe the Mortmire Fungus is worth picking up and the Congeal Blood, but everything else is pretty much not worth it. It's just a pure cash one. That one. Corrupted Scarabs 3.9 mil. Dark Beast 3.6 mil. Always a pretty good task there. Violet Lords and Violet Ladies. So if you're going to AFK for your prayer training, that's 3.4 mil per hour. And that is as AFK as it comes, and it's got a fantastic drop range. Not only that as well, now the herb sack can collect noted herbs. This will be even better for like your imbo space and managing that as well. Smoke Night Hills 3.6 mil. Gladeye 3.4 mil. And Fungal Magi 3.4 mil as well. Ganodermic Beast 3.3 mil. It's a bit sad there is low as VR for 95 Slayer, but it's their drop table. It's just because it's all herbs and stuff. But it's still pretty good with how quick you do kill them as well. Ganodermic task will never be more than 15-20 minutes. Salwa Akkers 3.2 mil, really good there. Skeletal Wyverns, the old one, 3.1 mil, not too bad. Chaos Dwarves and Cannoneers just under 3 mil. QBD 2.7. Killing Chickens again, so this is the absolute lowest tier you can have, 2.1 mil. Level 5 requirement beats Adamant Dragons. How does it make sense? It doesn't, so yeah. Rarari is 1.9 mil, Celestial Dragons is 1.9 mil, completing the fight kill is 1.5 mil, killing rabbits is 1.5 mil, killing guards as well, 1.5 mil there. And again, working further down, this is the stuff you really sort of, now that you can see that chickens make 2 mil, you wouldn't really do this kind of stuff, but having a look, there's still various forms here of just random drop stuff as well. So yeah, things like the old way of making profit with range was killing avian seeds. We've just proved that killing water fiends with binding contracts will make you 28 mil an hour. So that is how the game's changed. So yeah, let me know how you think this went. Are you interested in me doing another one? If you don't want to see another one, I just want to do another one. I've just done this based off the feedback from the previous episode. Now I know we've skipped a couple of the high tier stuff because that really isn't what I'm trying to target. I'm trying to target all the mid levels, low levels, and sort of like working mains who are getting towards the highest tier of PVM and going towards all the gear you're going to need, all the items you're going to need to be able to do these bosses here. But let me know what you think. If you want me to do one for next month, I will definitely do it, and I'll do it in rotation with the skilling one. For the first 2 weeks, we'll do skilling, and then for the back 2 weeks, we'll do the combat one, and we'll just do 2 per month as well, just to make sure that we're not doing it to death more than anything. I do think these monthly videos go down very well, and then if there's any ones we spot in the month which are very worthwhile, we'll then do one of our special focus videos just going through it as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the feedback what you guys think, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.